Come with me for a reset day from building a $4 million tech company. I think it's really easy to get caught up in life and getting really busy. And I think a lot of people kind of just forget how important it is to be able to take a minute and just kind of relax, slow down, and appreciate everything around you, everything that you're doing, able to do, have the opportunity to do. And being able to find that time to relax helps you put everything into perspective. I think for me specifically, I spend so much time stressing about problems, how I'm gonna fix them, how I'm gonna solve them, everything that's going on in my life. And it doesn't really give me the chance or the opportunity to do things like this where you're sitting down and you're able to appreciate what's going on. I feel like a lot of times you're kind of like navigating through the woods and it feels like you don't really know where you're going. You don't really know what you're doing. And it's easy to feel lost. It's easy to feel like stuck almost. And I feel like that's something a lot of people can resonate with. And then other times it's like, it feels like a really uphill battle. Like a lot of the things you're doing feel like either you're working without seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, you feel like it's a routine that you can't get out of, you feel stuck almost. And it's cool having this type of place to be able to have that kind of release, you know? It's sad too, because the amount of people that don't get the opportunities to go out and do the things that they want to do because they're too busy doing the things that they feel like they have to do in order just to be able to get by. And sometimes I spend, and a lot of people spend, way too much time working on things that they feel like they have to do in order to get done and never get to the things that they want to do. So then I guess my question is, like, for somebody who feels like they're stressed out all the time, they feel like there's so much stuff that they have to get done that they don't take the time to be able to appreciate everything around them, what they have, what they had the opportunity to do. And I think it's really easy to get caught up with not wanting to change things too. And you get in a routine and you get comfortable, and then time kind of just feels like it goes by. And then past that time, you look back and you're like, why did I not go do anything that I said I was gonna do? Why did I not go do any of the things that I wanted to do? A lot of the time I'll save something on social media, whether it's a post or a thread or something where it's like, this is a hotel you have to visit before you die. This is a trip you have to go on before you die. This is something that you have to do before you die. And sometimes I feel like a lot of people just save those things without ever thinking about actually going and doing it. It's just a thought. It's something that sits in the back of their head instead of just taking the time for themselves to be able to relax and go do it. Your favorite saying? Life is too short to be anything but happy. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because you think about it, it's like, the one that I think of is like, a lot of people are alive, but not many people get to live. Sometimes it's the scenario, sometimes it's people are trying to prove something or money related stuff. So a lot of people are just going out and changing your surroundings, changing your environment, changing different aspects of what you're doing is really important to be able to reconnect. And I feel like, for me personally, as an entrepreneur, like, if you're building something, you're trying to go towards a goal, you're trying to go against what seems normal. It feels like a lot of the times people are prone to making fun of you. People are prone to not really understanding what you're doing. And it makes it easy to get down. In the scenario of building a company, you spend a lot of time by yourself. You spend a lot of time with imposter syndrome, where it's like, is what I'm doing making sense? Is what I'm doing gonna get me farther towards the goal? Is what I'm doing even gonna work out? And I feel like that's what everybody feels at some point in their career or whatever they're doing, whether they're a pro athlete, an author, a singer, a writer, whatever it may be. Everybody goes through that imposter syndrome at some point. And I think it's easy to get caught up in what other people think about what you're doing. And I think it's even easier to get caught up in what you're doing as a person as well, in the sense of like feeling that you're not doing enough, you're not working hard enough towards whatever goal it is you're going after. And it creates a lot of stress a lot of the time. I think with enough time and enough dedication for something, whoever you are, whatever it is that you're doing, you'll be able to reach that goal. You'll be able to do what it is that you said you were going to do. And I think the cool thing about it is, a lot of people say, well, what if you hit that goal? What if you reach that goal, that dream? You get to find another dream. So as somebody who's building something, it's really important to be able to give yourself a break. Give yourself some time to step back and understand that what you're doing is not easy. You could be going to med school, you could be going to law school, dental school. I have friends that are in each of those right now. They go through the similar imposter syndrome that it is when people go the creative route, the athletic route, the entrepreneurial route. I think almost daily that it's like, almost, what are you doing? Is it gonna work? Am I doing the right thing? You isolate yourself from family, friends, opportunities because you're trying to create more for yourself. As you build things, as you grow as a person, there's a lot of things you gotta realize. And one of the main things is, if it were something that easy, everybody would find success with what they're doing. Everybody would be able to persevere and push through. And sometimes that's not the reality. Some people are weighed down by the stress of the dreams that they're trying to accomplish, and that's when they accept failure. But the only time you really accept failure, truly accept failure, is when you give up. And I believe it wholeheartedly that if you work towards something for long enough, if you dedicate everything you have to it, no one's gonna stop you but yourself. I'm gonna come up to it right now, and that's what makes life worth living. I also think that as an entrepreneur, as a founder, and this pretty much connects with every aspect of life for a lot of people, is it's easy to beat yourself up on what you haven't accomplished yet, and with social media and stuff, it's even easier to compare yourself to other people. You see the success of somebody who you feel like you should be doing better than, and creates a bad mentality. When you compete with others, you become bitter, and when you compete with yourself, you become better. And that's a mentality that I've really tried to shift and adapt into my life, and overall it's made me a lot more efficient, successful, and like fulfilled person. Because when you gauge your success based on the scale of what you consider success for yourself, it's a lot different than scaling your success based on what other people are doing or what other people have done. And I think back on the accomplishments that I've done this year. Like, I was in 16 different cities across the United States for the company, flying in, pitching the pro athletes, people worth billions of dollars, and we raised like $50,000. We're about to bring on another $1 million in funding for the company. And it's crazy to me that you can overlook accomplishments like that, big or small, whatever you're doing in life. It's easy to get caught up in what could have happened in terms of success, what might happen or won't happen if you don't take the right steps to success. And it's easy to get lost in what's going on right now. The present is the only thing worth worrying about, because it's the only thing that you have the opportunity to change. And that was another lesson that I learned from my grandparents, the two orange Oompa Loompas you've seen walking around in the video, that it's really effective to be able to take that moment and de-stress doing things that you like, being around people that you enjoy being around, activities that you enjoy doing, and giving yourself a break and realizing how important it is to understand your accomplishments, to understand growth as a person, and to understand that anything worth doing well takes a lot of time to be able to accomplish. For everybody watching this, it is so important to take care of yourself as a person and understand that you can't build a house in one day, and it takes a lot of bricks to stack. It takes an even longer time to build the right team to be able to get that job done. Once you're able to climb to the top of the ladder in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish and what you categorize as success for yourself, the view's pretty nice. Never forget why you started climbing the ladder in the first place, and never forget how important it is to be able to find and take the right time to give yourself breaks to make the view at the top that much better. I appreciate all you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace.